come with me and you'll see another needless, creepy incarnation of a man who will cause hallucination. But you see, it's Timothy, and he's universally appealing, especially to women like me in their mid-40s, and also men and teens and twinks and bisexuals and lesbians. Then there's Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa. And it's like, what the hell even is this? Hugh Grant, do you need this money for your transvestite prostitute mistress? Well, hello and welcome back to Booze Reviews, where I, Aunt Boo, drink some movies and I reviews these boozes.
Strike that. Reverse it.
Today's booze is Four Hands Brewing Company Chocolate Milk Stout. This brewery is located, what do you know, in St. Louis, Missouri. It is dark and it is thick and is nothing wrong with that. It is it's like a beer shake, it's like a thick, meaty beer shake with a chocolate undertone aftertaste. It's like a full ass meal. Well, not like a full ass meal. It's like a full meal in a cup. I'm not a big fan of stouts or porters or things like that. I'm not a big Guinness drinker. But I don't mind this, and I like to support a local brewery every now and then. I'm slightly confused by it, but not as confused as I am by my attraction to Timothee Chalamet. Timothee Chalamet. When I hear his name, I want to sing it like that. I don't care. I don't know. Timothee Chalamet. Timothee Chalamet. I think he confuses a lot of people. I don't want to like Timothee Chalamet like that. I don't want to be attracted to him. He looks like a man-child. It's weird and it's gross, but he's pretty. He's got something. I don't know. It's like his My Little Pony eyelashes. And he's got that curly hair. It says he has that je ne sais quoi French thing going on. And it's not, I don't want to have sex with him. Don't get me wrong. I'm not that creepy. I want to I don't know, like feed him tomato soup. Does that make any damn sense? No, it doesn't. In case you couldn't tell, today's movie is Wonka. Loosely based on the character in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl. And the writers are Paul King and Simon Farnaby. Those just sound made up, don't they? And it stars Timothee Chalamet. Oh, Timothee Chalamet. I don't know. I want to sing his name like Scott Stapp from Creed, or any of those singers from the 90s who all sounded the same. I just want to sing my Timothee Chalamet. Like this beer, I'm an acquired taste. That's all I can say. One time, my friend and I spent an entire afternoon singing like that, but to the tune of 80s sitcom theme songs. We spent like 2 hours doing this. It was the most fun I've ever had in my life. My favorite one was Family Ties and Growing Pains. It works, I'm telling you. It's fun. You should try it sometimes. What will we do, baby, without her? Sha-la-la-la. Well, as long as we got each other. Where was I? Oh yeah, Timothee Chalamet. It also stars Hugh Grant. Well, we're gonna come back to that. Rowan Atkinson, Olivia Colman, Kala Lane. Guys, she is so super cute in this too. And her name's Noodle. I love it. Keegan Michael Key, Tom Davis, Sally Hawkins, and a bunch of other people I don't know. I'm just pretending like I know them because I should probably, try to know something. I know that Keegan Michael Key said,
"You done messed up, Aaron!"
And I really like him. It's currently on Prime. You can rent it or buy it. I bought it because it was only $4 more to buy it than it was to rent it. And that just seemed, that's how they get you. So my youngest son watched it with me for about 5 minutes and then left the room. But I think that's because of all the singing. He was like, Mom, come on. This is a musical. And it's delightful because Timothee Chalamet is delightful. He's cute. He's a great actor. Oh yeah, that's gonna cause some burps. I'm not used to this heavy of a thing. It's gonna put hair on my chest, I think. It's like drinking this sweater. I'm sure for what it is, guys, if you like stout, go for it. Do your thing, girl. You know what? Can we just pretend like the 2005 version doesn't even exist? Because although that one was pretty memorable in how deranged it was and how we all were like, gross. It made an impression, but I just would rather forget it because Johnny Depp's skin was gray. No. So the danger and the mystery and the ambiguity and the mischief of the original Willy Wonka character that we were all introduced to back in the day, this isn't it. Timothee Chalamet has stripped that all down. And now he's just kind of magical and quirky and cute and extremely likable. He's like the Zooey Deschanel of Willy Wonka's. And completely harmless. Children feel safe around him. This is quite a departure from the Willy Wonka that I knew from the original adaptation. Because that adaptation, that Willy Wonka, we just never knew. We never knew if he was a good guy or bad guy. We wanted to believe him because he was a chocolatier and he seemed like the Candyman. But in reality, that Willy Wonka was more like a Sandman. Not like the, not like that. Well, the danger element of the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, it didn't come from the other chocolatiers. It didn't even come from Slugworth. He was just that creepy guy whispering into everyone's ear. It came from Willy Wonka. It came from the Chocolate Factory itself. We didn't even know if some of these kids survived. Remember the girl who blew up like a blueberry And Charlie and his grandpa almost die in the movie. They almost get cut to smithereens in the original one. That place was a death trap for children, and it was weird. Willy Wonka was a recluse in that movie. He was socially awkward. Everything he said was weird, and it didn't make sense. And in that way, it made him this guide, right, from the real world of the 4 grandparents sleeping in a bed into the dreamlike fantasy world, Oz-scape of the chocolate factory. The chocolate factory that he created out of his crazy bonkers brain. What this movie does is it homogenizes all of that, and it makes it super, super sweet and palatable. As far as movies go, your kids will like it. It's like when I was a kid, we were poor, and so my mom would get Easter candy from like the Dollar Tree. She'd get like that Palmer's Easter candy or that generic chocolate. That chocolate like crumbled in your mouth. It wasn't smooth. It wasn't good. It was too processed. The further you get from the original source, the more processed things become. Your kids will probably like this movie because it has all of the flash and the colors and the studio backing of a processed Hollywood imaginative film. It has all of the sweetness, and it is sweet. It's a cute movie. I sat and watched it by myself. It's a 2-hour movie, and I had to sit and watch it by myself. I'm a grown-ass woman. I'll tell you this right now. It's pretty forgettable. It's sweet while you're tasting it, and then it's utterly forgettable. Why does it work? Because it has the budget to work. It has all the spectacle of it. Timothee Chalamet is adorable, and he carries this movie. And there's an okay supporting cast. Let's talk about the Hugh Grant of it all. He's an Oompa Loompa. First of all, I have no idea how tall this Oompa Loompa is. It's kind of like with the Dimensions of Cats. Remember that disaster? Remember that cluster of a movie, Cats, where you couldn't really tell how big the cats were? And that's kind of like, you need perspective in order to make that kind of movie, to pull off that kind of movie. I never quite understood how big Hugh Grant's Oompa Loompa was supposed to be. But secondly, Hugh Grant, this is a weird career move for you. Timothée Chalamet, I can understand wanting to do this movie, but you? And what a weird casting choice. Hugh Grant isn't even likable as the Oompa Loompa, and he has some score to settle, and I thought there were like a whole bunch of Oompa Loompas. I swear to God, I don't know. I don't even know what the whole point of Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompa was in this movie. It was kind of stupid. And he served as an easy plot device where he would just rescue him from random situations. Oh, he did save his life that one time. That was kind of cool. So, yeah, Hugh Grant is an Oompa Loompa. Remember that miniseries that Hugh Grant did with Nicole Kidman? It was called The Undoing, and it was on HBO a couple years ago. It was 2020, I think it came out. And he was so good in that. He was frightening. He was a really good bad guy. You never quite knew, again, like where he stood as a character in that movie. That's what you should be doing more of, Hugh Grant. Come on. Come on. Don't do this. Don't fart in a jar. He literally bends over and farts in a jar in this movie. Who do you think you are? You're no Patrick Murphy. I would argue that Keegan-Michael Key has the best supporting cast role. There's a sight gag because he gets paid in chocolate, and I'm like, sign me up for that fucking job. I will be a corrupt policeman any day of the week. You pay me in chocolate. Yeah, I'm gonna be a fat fatty. Actually, I'm I'm already offended. You don't know. If I got some chocolate sponsors, you think I wouldn't eat the shit out of that chocolate for some money? I'll eat that damn chocolate. I'll eat. Well, obviously, okay. I know my chocolate. Oh, I'm gonna survive this stout. I'm just gonna drink it.
Stop. Don't.
I actually have another one. I have two. Cheers. Here's to me and here's to you. I'm not drinking alone tonight. I'm drinking with Timothee Chalamet. In this movie, there are bad guys. There's some bad guys. It's the chocolate cartel. They take their chocolate very seriously, and they're very two-dimensional bad guys. There's clear-cut good guys and bad guys in this movie. Willy Wonka is a good guy, and the chocolate cartel are the very obvious bad guys who want to murder everyone because of chocolate. And there's just no real depth to any characters. The most interesting part of the movie is the dynamic between Timothee Chalamet and the little girl. I'm at the age now where I have no idea how old people are. Okay, so I'm 45, and I don't think I look that bad. I think I look pretty damn good for 45. Everyone either looks super young or old to me, and the people that I think look old are actually my age, and that sucks. So the chocolate cartel they're all ridiculous. And this is a musical, and the songs are cute, but they're pretty forgettable. I think these movies that try to reimagine something that already exists, you really have to bring something new and really interesting to the table. And this one doesn't really. How many times did I say really? Get it together, Carrie. And of course, my kids are stomping around upstairs because their father is watching them. I don't know why I put father in quotation marks. No, he is their dad. This seems like a creative movie, but honestly, it's really not. And unless you add to the story in a very significant way, and like I said, this one doesn't. It just doesn't. What it does actually is take away some of the things that made the original story so memorable and so iconic. Because you can throw a bunch of money at something and get some merchandise out of it and appeal to children. But listen, you're still underestimating your audience. You're dumbing things down so they're palatable. And I don't think you have to feed shitty chocolate to children. You know, what proves this is Encanto. I think over the past couple of years, we have more than proven that diverse writers, diverse stories, things coming out of left field. There's a 2-minute trailer of Monkey Man, produced by Jordan Peele. And that 2-minute trailer was more innovative than a lot of the superhero shit that I've seen. It can only take so much Zack Snyder. If studios would start throwing a lot more money at different types of writers and different types of directors and different types of storytellers instead of the Zack Snyders out there, what I'm guessing is we'd stop getting things like Willy Wonka reimaginings. We'd stop getting the live action versions of Little Mermaids, right? We can do better. There are real creative people out there, and this movie isn't it. it's not really it, which is not to say that it's not good for what it is. And it's not sweet and cute and Timothee Chalamet. I don't want to have sex with Timothee Chalamet. I might just want to wrap him up like a little baby. I'm just gonna like hold my nose and just go in face first. That's what he said. At the end of the day, do we need a backstory on Willy Wonka? No, not really. I really don't think we do. It's kind of like he's the character like a cat in the hat. I don't care how the cat in the hat, excuse me, became the cat in the hat. I don't care. The cat in the hat shows up. He's mischievous. It's a little dangerous. Gets the kids to have some fun, and then he disappears. And the whimsy of that character is very much like Willy Wonka. And so I don't need to know that Willy Wonka's mom died. I don't. I mean, okay, but no, just let us have our weird characters and go back to that. Stop homogenizing everything. I think we're underestimating children's level of taste. I think children can handle different types of stories. Watch PBS Kids. Look at the different types of stories. There's like Maya's World. I think that's what it's called. There's Molly of Denali. There's Let's Go Luna. There. And I know those are educational shows and not just about, whimsy and chocolate and shit, but kids can handle it. They're smart. Kids are smart. And we can raise the level, bring them up, elevate their taste, if you will, to a finer, more refined chocolate. I do it for the people. Ooh, look at the head on that. Stop it. It is like you could chew it. Swear to God. So yeah, there's really not too much else that stands out except Olivia Colman's teeth. They're pretty nasty. I think I love Olivia Colman. It's sweet and it's good, and there really isn't much to criticize about it other than it's completely unnecessary. And I think we can do better. And I still have a whole, oh my God, it's like a 5-course dinner. I still have so much of this to drink. No, I know what you're thinking. No, I'll drink it. Drink it. I'll drink it.
Stop, don't come back.
I think that could be a really good song. I don't want to have sex with Timothee Chalamet. I don't want to have sex with a guy that looks like a little baby. And that's it. Take the good, take the bad, take them both, and there you have the facts of life. Whoa, the facts of life.